On today's hot sheet, I'm discussing the November PPI inflation report, new home sales for October, a turning point in the mortgage rate lock-in effect. Is it finally here? And mortgage applications for the past week. Today is Wednesday, January 14, 2026. I am Byron Lazine, and the hot sheet starts now. Okay, live from Naples, Florida. Pleasure to be with you wherever you are tuning in from. Obviously, if you're here live on YouTube, let us know in the chat where you may be tuning in from today. However you may be listening, whether it's on the replay, Apple, Spotify, replay on YouTube, appreciate you. It's a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for being a part of today's hot sheet. We've got a packed one here. We got a little bit more inflation data. We've got new home sales. We've got lock-in effect. Is that going to last? And mortgage applications today. So the news continues to pile up. The economy continues to be front and center. Affordability, nowbam.com. We did a poll. What was the word of 25? It was affordability. I think it's a 2-year word. The affordability. The affordability word is going to be front and center. I saw one of my favorites, Elizabeth Warren. That is, if you follow the hot sheet, you know that she is not that. I saw her on Squawk Box this morning, beating the affordability drum as if she's the affordability genius. She's a lawmaker in Massachusetts, one of the most unaffordable places in the country. But yeah, she's a genius on affordability. It's front and center for every politician. It's a midterm year, and you're gonna continue to see headline after headline after headline about this stuff throughout the year. Being able to dissect the headline, what it means for clients, how they should build a plan around the realities in your local market, and be able to detach from the macro. Hyperbolic, headlines is going to be your job. And that's why we're here. Okay. PPI, producer price index, one of the elements that kind of make up this inflation pie. Inflation, of course, continues to trend down in the reality. There will be partisan minds that want to say, no, inflation will never get better. There will be doomers that say inflation is destroying us, and it's just simply not true. The producer price index shows us some more of this data after yesterday's CPI basically, met or was even slightly better on the core than most expectations. So inflation continues to trend in a positive direction overall. Producer price index moved up 0.2% in November, seasonally adjusted. This is BLS reporting as of this morning. Final demand prices edged up 0.1% in October and advanced 0.6% in September. Okay. So we're at 3 on the PPI for the 12 months ended in November. November increase in prices final demand can be traced to a 0.9% advance in the index for final goods. And really, there's no concerns. Again, 2 days in a row. If you're being if you're being fair about inflation and you're not using, one of the different sides' talking points on inflation, if you're being fair, then inflation right now continues to go in the right direction. This PPI wholesale inflation was, again, another metric that is softer than expected. Okay. Producer price softer than expected, while retail sales moved higher. Retail sales is a sign of the economy being strong. Okay. So this probably after 2 days of inflation not on some kind of crazy runaway train, definitely gives the Fed cover as the Fed continues to get pressure, obviously from the White House, to not do any cut here in the near term. Certainly not in now 2 weeks when the Fed's going to meet for their first of 8 FOMC meetings in 2026. There will not be a cut there. It's a 96% chance that there will be no change to the interest rate policy here in January. We're only expected upwards of maybe 3 cuts out of 8 meetings, as low as 1. And the Fed has the full cover, despite the pressure from the White House of cutting, based on these inflation reports, to do a wait and see approach, especially with labor not completely disintegrating. If labor gets softer, they could start leaning into a cut. 95% chance on poly market that there will not be a cut. Inflation continuing 2 days in a row now to trend in the right direction. Where are new builds for builders trending? Okay, we got a report released just after yesterday's show on new residential sales. So new construction builders, where are they at? New houses sold. This is October 25 data, seasonally adjusted annual rate. New houses sold coming at 737,000. New houses for sale coming in at 488,000 at a median sale price of 392,000 and change. Okay, so new residential sales, new construction, moving a little bit sideways here, basically more trending towards flat. Let's take a look at the real data. Okay. New home sales come in 0.1% below September. So again, basically flat. It is an 18.7% increase above the October 2024 rate. So that's a year over year improvement for builders. And maybe we'll start showing up in the confidence there for them. For sale inventory and months of supply is also improving here. Okay, so months of supply at 7.9, the current sales rate 7.9 months. We've had peaks up over 9 months for builders. This is still a buyer's market. Buyers have control. Anything over 6 for sure. Some markets you're in that 4 to 6 range for equilibrium. You're above that range. You're in a buyer's market as it relates to new construction. The months of supply is virtually unchanged from September at 7.9, and it's 15.1% below last year when it was at 9.3 months. That was towards that peak level. Inventory here is virtually unchanged from September, and it's 1.7% higher than last year at 480,000. The sales price is moving down for builders, 3.3% below September, 8% below last year. So prices continue to move down. They continue to have to incentivize buyers, which is chewing into the margin and obviously creating a confidence issue for builders placing bets over the next 12 months. We'll continue to watch that and how that shapes out. More inventory is going to help obviously put some downward pressure on prices. Okay, Realtor.com has unlocked a milestone in the housing sector. Okay, the long lock-in recovery journey. Mortgages now above 6% exceed the mortgages below 3%. Okay, so this is a pretty good swing of events here that could spur more activity in 2026. Okay, your sub 3% now make up 20% of mortgages. Okay, your 6% plus are at 21 plus percent. Okay, so north of 6% makes up more mortgages than sub 3%. Okay, this does not include the over 40% of homeowners, obviously, who have no mortgage. They have flexibility. They don't have to move for sure. But these numbers evening it out on the mortgage holder homeowners is a positive sign for the future of transactions. 3 to 4% still pretty high here, 31.5%, while 5 to 6% is only at 10 to 2%. If you start seeing this number decline and move up towards the top range, get even more flexibility. 4 to 5% is 17% there. Okay. So the 1 out of 3 outstanding mortgages being at 3 to 4%, and then another 20% under 3, that still means over 50% of mortgage holders have a sub 4. So it would certainly take consistency with a 5 handle to move some of those 3 to 4s for them to even start considering it, as a viable option when it's a luxury move, and I'm not talking about luxury price points. I'm just talking about like, oh, I want to be on that side of town, as opposed to I need to be on that side of town because of schools or lifestyle or whatever type of situation. So here's the pie. Here's the look at it on a pie chart. Well more than half are in that 4% or sub, which is still going to create some lock-in effect, but it is a big milestone here. We'll have the graphs and the charts available for you. You can use this in your newsletters or your even one-to-one marketing videos that you're sending out to your customers. That'll be available for you in school for BAMX members, school.com/BAMX. If you want to get access to all of our hot sheet show notes and charts each and every single day, as well as the ongoing call challenge where agents are just stacking up calls, conversations, and appointments right now. This is another way to look at this. The rate of 3 to 4% has dropped from its peak at 40.6% down to 31.5%, while the rate of less than 3% has moved off of the near 25% down to 20%. And you can see the blue line if you're viewing this. If you're driving, don't look. I'll read it out for you. The blue line is greater than 6%, moving from a low level of under 10%, close to even 5%, single digits, now up to over 21.2%. 2026 should offer another year of these numbers starting to even out, and that will increase opportunities, flexibility. It'll get us out of the 4 million existing home sale basement that we've been in, especially if we see another year of mortgage applications trending in the direction that we saw in 2025. Mortgage Banker Association reports as of this morning that we saw an increase in mortgage applications to the tune of 28.5%. Okay. So this is the week ending January 9th. It does include an adjustment for the New Year's holiday, which kind of extended, kind of went, a little far into January. It feels like first week of January is a little bit of a slow start with the holiday hangover type of thing, New Year hangover type of thing. It's January 14th. Hopefully we're well past it. Hopefully the tree's down. No offense if your tree's still up, but get over it. Let's move into the new year. It's time. 28.5% in the first real week is a good move up. You expect it though. Seasonally, you start to see increases in January and throughout February on mortgage applications. So this comes as no surprise. It's not just driven by momentum on the rates. It's a combo of both. The refinance index was the biggest mover. That's what you'll see in the headlines. Refinances off of Trump's announcements and mortgage bank security and momentum on the rates. Refinances did boom 40% from the previous week. That was 128% higher than the same week a year ago. So there's homeowners looking to not sell, but re-engineer their financing at their home and stay there, whether they're pulling it out to make a investment into the home or they need the cash. Refinances skyrocket here in the new year, 40% from the previous week, 128% year over year. The one we care about and want to see growth in is the purchase index, because that can be a leading indicator to existing home sales. Purchase index up 16% from 1 week earlier. Okay, that's expected. Holiday week's going to be down. We expect a boom up when we come out of that. The sign that we're going to be looking for, we had double-digit growth in, so many weeks of 2025, virtually all of them. When you went year over year from 24 to 25, what we're looking for now is more year over year double-digit % growth on mortgage purchase applications in 26, because now we're doubling up from a double up. If that makes any sense at all, if we were doubling last year, double-digit growth on multiple weeks, nearly all the weeks, and we do it again this year, that means, here's what this means, okay? The simple math geniuses. This means we are going to have a lot more mortgage-driven buyers in the market in 26 than we had in 25. And so that's one of the ingredients to support transactions moving up, which obviously we'd all like to see. 13% higher than the same week a year ago. So off to a good start. The mortgage rates dropped lower last week following this Trump announcement of the $200 billion in mortgage-backed security purchased by the GSEs, which is Fannie and Freddie. Lower rates, including a 30-year fixed rate declining to 6.18, which we know got down to a final rate of 6.06 and about a 1 hour reading of 5.99. This sparked increase, obviously, in the refinance applications as well as those purchase applications. And so refinances, LOs like this that deal in refis, this is the strongest weekly pace since October of 25. The average loan size for refinance applications was also higher, as borrowers with larger loan sizes are typically more sensitive to changes in rates. Interesting. I would be thinking about home shoppers too that are in the higher price points. They're obviously going to get a bigger advantage here with the low 6% rates that we're facing, or that we are benefiting from, not facing, but benefiting from here as of late. Okay. I've identified a benefit this morning. It's the 10-year treasury. 10-year treasury. Investors are certainly comfortable with where inflation is at. We've seen a week where the Dow hit another all-time high. The pressure the White House is putting on Jerome Powell, or the DOJ anyways, I guess if I'm not reading too much into it, the pressure the DOJ is putting on Powell, a lot of people don't like it, but investors don't seem to be worried by the threats. I think it'll work itself out. 10-year coming in at 4.154 to start the day. That's near the 3-month higher levels, off of the peak levels, and near kind of the middle of the range we've been at for the last 30 days. So I like the 10-year today to start the day. Hopefully that will continue to trend down in coming days, or at least stick here throughout the day. Yesterday we ticked up slightly on the 30-year fixed mortgage, 6.07 off of a 6.01 the day prior. So 10-year improving today. Spread's been improving. Maybe we can get this back down. Maybe we can even see a day end on a 5.99, a little Walmart pricing. Nothing like it. All right. There's your hot sheet here for the day. If you're an agent right now who's feeling like you don't have the right community, right support right off, you're feeling alone in this business, 14 days into 2026, and just feeling alone, feeling on an island, waiting for, things to happen. BAMX is here to support you and your business. It's the #1 agent community to close more deals. If you're looking for, more branding, more leads, every single Friday we drop new content every Friday. If you're looking to convert at a higher level, we've got our quarter one call challenge happening right now. So these top 2 classrooms, as well as, the rest of the classrooms, these top 2 right now, that'd be the place to start. Jump into the community, highly engaged, community to help support you, and then jump into these 2 classrooms, call one challenge, and then the content drops each and every single week. Join me on Tuesdays, each and every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, right before the hot sheet on our role play mastermind. And then later today, 4:30 Eastern time, members only office hour, Chris Benjamin, talking to a $500 million producer. It's a team and brokerage owner and one of San Diego's top agents, doing a mastermind office hours today at 4:30. So you'll have the option to jump into that. Okay. Go to school.com/BAMX. Love to see you in the call challenge. We are just into the first week of that. All right. There you go. Office hours today at 4:30, BAMX members. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Hot sheet's back Monday through Friday. So, we got 2 more days of the hot sheet. Looking forward to being with you. It's a pleasure. Have a great day. Good luck today. And until next time, toodaloo.